What's up? Welcome into the West Bros Experience. Good morning. I'm Bob West.
I'm Colby West, and today we're going to talk about how to employ gratitude. And I'm sure you hear all the time, be grateful for what you have. Doesn't necessarily mean be satisfied, but be grateful for what you have. Someone always has it worse, and I mean that in the most straightforward manner possible. If you truly become grateful for what you have and are genuine about it, and you're not saying it sarcastically, like negatively to yourself, that's where the magic happens and your mind really starts to turn and flip upside down.
I love it. Absolutely. So the inspiration for today's show came from a Gary Vee post we saw the other day. It was actually a cartoon of his where he's emphasizing the fact that you've got to get out of that mindset of what you deserve and start being grateful for everything that you have. And I really wanted to take kind of a deep dive into that deserve. The fact is, you don't deserve anything. Nobody does. I don't. Colby doesn't. Nobody does at no point in time. I know as a professional golfer, when I was playing, that was one of the most frustrating things. Putting in the work, putting in the time, the dedication, but not quite getting the results. And when you got into that mindset of, I deserve this or I deserve that, it's really negative, and it can kind of build on itself that way. I know you battled with that in the corporate world.
It was, definitely in the corporate world. The last few years at Solar City Tesla it took its toll on me for sure. It was always, they honestly said, dangling the carrot for your next promotion. It happens in every single company. I'm not calling out Tesla by any means, but they're always pumping what's the next step for you, and then they dangle the carrot out there. And whether you're going for manager or a tier 2 position or a tier 3 position or supervisor or associate manager, you've got to do X, Y, and Z to get there. And you really get to thinking like, I deserve that. Or I've been here for 5 years. I deserve that promotion. That's the worst.
Yeah, you did X, Y, and Z once, twice, 3 times, and don't quite make the progress you think you're going to make.
Yeah.
But you got to go to mindset, because ultimately that's where you can take fullest responsibility. You got to get into that mindset. So maybe why did you feel like you deserve more? Because you put the time in? I know
Yeah, so definitely the time I'm completely guilty for that. I've been the senior in the team for X amount of months, and felt like I deserved it and put in the work, and I was always just go, head against the wall and doing everything I can and more, not just specifically in my role, but for the company as a whole. And I guess something comes to mind right when I think that. I stay in close contact with one of my former bosses. He's a stand-up guy, and he's just been interviewed for a next position, and they asked him the question, and a lot of you may get asked this question for your next promotion. Say, why do you think you deserve this role? And he honestly just said, he says, I don't deserve anything. And he's like, I'm gonna show up every single day, 6 or even 7 days a week whenever you need me, and do my job and so much more, just so I can keep this company moving in a positive direction. So
awesome. I'm sure they love that answer.
Yeah.
It's about mindset. You get out of that mindset of what you deserve and start being grateful for every opportunity. It reminds me of a story, back playing pro golf. I was playing this Monday qualifier and got paired with this young kid who was just smiling relentlessly through the round. You've probably seen him on TV by now. His name's Harold Varner III, a phenomenal young talent out there. But we're playing together, and we're both playing about the same, around par, which isn't nearly good enough and not going to get you through a Monday qualifier. So it's a disappointing day. I'm dealing with it in disappointing fashion. Getting upset with the result, thinking about the short term, the fact that I'm not getting what I want, what I worked for. Harold was smiling relentlessly, happy all day long. And I actually caught him on TV last weekend giving an interview after a round. It was a round where he and his partner didn't play particularly well. And he said, everyone hates looking like you're happy, or everyone hates being happy when things aren't going your way. He said, but you have to. Harold's playing long game. He was back when I met him in that Monday qualifier. He still is now. It's about being grateful. It's about being happy for everything that you can be happy for, especially when the results aren't going your way.
Yeah, and a couple of people staying on the sports line that really come to mind are Andrew Luck. Like, the dude, he like shakes people's hands, and after he gets sacked by a 350-pound lineman, says, "Good job, big guy."
I love that video.
Or anything like that. And recently, as Redskins fans, I'm noticing like Haskins hasn't really played up to his potential quite yet, but his mindset is 100% there. It's
phenomenal.
Really,
phenomenal.
really cool, and how he keeps positive, and like he's disgusted with his previous performances, but he takes it as a lesson. Doesn't hold on to the L for too long. So
I love it. So you can learn it from sports, as entrepreneurs, as salespeople, in business. You have to learn it because so much time, so much energy is put into results, and a lot of times those results don't go your way. But you got to stick with the process, and being grateful and focusing on gratitude rather than what you deserve is really a great way to keep moving forward.
Yeah, and it's never too late. I was fortunate enough to realize it at age 26 that the 9-to-5 wasn't for me. I felt like I was ready for more and ready to. I needed to really commit to myself before I can really commit to helping other people to their fullest. So that was a big thing for me, and I'm beyond grateful for the people I've met in the last 4, 6, 8 months that have really helped me on my journey. So
I love it, man. I love it. So kind of one of the last concepts I wanted to get into was just that you've got to start using gratitude as a tool because it can really start to make your life better. And I've started to employ this in my own life, and I've started to notice, rather than having 2 bad days in a row, you just start to employ gratitude, start to focus on what you can be grateful for, and maybe you don't have that second bad day in a row. And the better you get at it, you can start to get that hour by hour and minute by minute, where maybe you just don't have 2 bad minutes in a row, and you're one of those just genuinely grateful and happy type of people.
That's awesome. And I think that's speaking directly to the golf game. Like, once you become grateful, say you shoot 75, 76 the first day, all pressure's off. The second day you come back and shoot 66 because you really don't care. And I see it happen every single week on tour.
Yeah,
so it's
without a doubt,
it's really, really crazy there. So really take a step back from your situation and realize what you have, and really be appreciative of that. Working on that every single day in my life, and thinking, obviously you've got goals, you've got targets that you want to hit, and think maybe not what do you want, but what do you have. So.
I love it. Yeah. So like when it's not easy, I think those are the key points. When it's not easy to be grateful, when you're sitting around maybe stuck in a rut, stuck on a negative thought pattern, those are the times you've really just got to get greedy. You got to get desperate and think, what if I wanted to be grateful? What's the one thing that I could be grateful for? Okay. And find that thing and just latch onto it. And just be grateful and positive, because that builds on itself and builds on itself the same way negative thoughts do. So you've got to be proactive here. I think that's the biggest key, is employing gratitude, because it's the way you can be proactive to really improve your mindset.
Yeah. I could talk about this stuff all day, but I think we're just about out of time. So that'd be it. Drop some comments. Hit us with the subscribe to get your notifications so you can hear it every day if you want. Otherwise, go back, check it out whenever you're free. West Bros Experience. Colby, I'm out.
Take care. We'll see you next time.